Good afternoon. Thanks very much for coming. We just completed the first meeting of the Senate Defending Social Security Caucus, and the reason why we and some other senators who could not make it this morning feel strongly about this issue is we understand that Social Security has been the most successful social program initiated by the federal government in the history of this country. And we understand that in the last 75 years, in good times and in bad times, Social Security has paid out every nickel owed to every eligible beneficiary at a relatively modest administrative cost. That is an extraordinary record. And we understand that before Social Security, 50% of seniors in this country were living in poverty, and today, because of Social Security, 10% are living in poverty. And also, frankly, we are getting very tired about hearing our Republican and right-wing friends telling us about how Social Security is collapsing when the reality is Social Security today has a surplus of $2.6 trillion. Social Security can pay out every benefit owed to every eligible American for the next 27 years.
Bernie speaks for me in the way he laid this out. This is a program that is the most solid retirement system in this country today. Solid. My message today is we're going to stand up and we are going to be heard. And we are going to be respectful of those who would destroy Social Security, but we're going to call them on it.
Thank you, Bernie, and thanks for what you're doing on this. There are conservative politicians in Washington who want to raise the retirement age for Social Security beneficiaries. People that dress like this in this town don't think very much about those Social Security beneficiaries, those workers who are working in a diner and can't really stay on their feet until the age of 70 in most cases.
I just want to echo what my colleagues have said, particularly on the point that Social Security is a solemn promise that has been honored for decades and that reflects the investment into an insurance program over a lifetime of hard work.
Here's the bottom line. There is a move not to preserve Social Security from those on the other side of the aisle, too many of them, but to end it. They want to do the same for Medicare. In other words, if they were to say, well, you know, it's running out of money in 2037, we ought to look at how to keep it going longer, fine. That's something we can talk about. But what they've done is first created a panic that Social Security is about to end in the next few months or years, and then say, let's end it. They want to privatize Social Security. Privatize equals end. No more.
In a nation which has many, many serious problems. You know, over 20% of our children live in poverty. We have more people in jail than any other country. Middle class is collapsing. Poverty is increasing. We got a lot of problems. What we are saying here is we have a program that can pay out every benefit owed to every eligible American for the next 27 years. So within the great scope of the problems facing this country, of which there are many, this is not the most pressing problem. Should we address this problem to make sure that it is there for our kids and our grandchildren, that Social Security is strong for the next 75 years? Absolutely. Absolutely. But for people to come forward and say Social Security is collapsing, we've got to cut benefits tomorrow, is totally untrue. We will not let it happen.